What's going on, you awesome movie nerds? Right now, I'm going to Walmart. I've got a few things I need to pick up. While I'm there, though, I want to look to see if I can find it. If I can find it. I don't know what it is, but once I find it, the movie. I know I'd seen it there for $5 previously, and I had thought about picking it up. I didn't. Recently, though, I watched the It TV miniseries for the first time, and I fell in love with it. Anywho, so it made me super excited to watch the movies. That I looked online, and you can't really find it for under $10. And so if I can find it here for $5, at least the first chapter, or maybe if I can find a double feature for $10 or whatever, I want to see what they have. I want to pick it up because I do want to watch it this Halloween season. Alright, and into Walmart we go. That's what Shanti always says, into Walmart we go. Right? First we'll check in their main section, I guess. It's a super small section. This is a little bit more of your horror stuff. You get your song, your jigsaws. Oh, Rocky Picture Horse Show. Got the TV miniseries. There it is. It Chapter 2. I would have picked them both up there. They're gone. They're gone. Let's check around the back here, though, before we completely give it up as a loss. You know what I still haven't seen? I still haven't seen Joker. Need to see that. Well, you got the first It movie on $10. I can get that cheaper elsewhere. So this is your horror movie section, I guess you'd call it. Which, as you can see, it's been fairly picked over. You still have Beetlejuice, Nightmare Before Christmas, which I don't believe I own yet. It's sad. Coco, that's a Day of the Dead, not Halloween, but you know, who cares? So here's the It 2 film collection for $22. Don't know about that, guys. I want to see it, but not $22. Alright, we can go check the $5 bins and see if any of them got put over in the $5 bin here. Oh, it's Christmas. No. What? Here we go. We have The Purge. Well, I'm not seeing it in this one. Let's go check, I guess, the other bin here. And I would highly doubt. Kill Bill Volume 2. Well, bit of a bummer from Vermich. They were sold out of both It and It Chapter 2, except for the $22 two-film collection, which I could pick them both up individually for $15, so why would I spend $22? I don't know. So, I just left it. I'm going to look online and see if I can find a better deal. I think it's going to be hard to find a better deal, but I can always go back to get the $10 Blu-ray. And I'm used to buying films for like $1 or $2. Not 10 to 20. Almost forgot to mention, I did find Scooby-Doo two-film collection for $3.74. Since my other Scooby-Doo film has a scratch in it, I don't want to have to rely on watching the VHS if I ever want to watch this movie again. So, yeah, I picked it up. So I'll probably end up watching the second one at some point this month. Just round off the whole thing. But, yeah. Alright guys, so I picked something up recently at a thrift store. I did not have my camera on me, unfortunately. It's this guy right here, Tribulation. This is one of your Christian end times movies, and, well, listen, I'm a Christian. I'm not going to try to hide that fact, but this would lean very much as a premillennial rapture interpretation of Revelation and the end times. I'm a post-millennial guy myself. I don't believe this is how the world's going to end at all. I might be surprised, who knows, but what's so interesting about this film to me is this guy right here. Know who that is? You guys know? You guys recognize him right here? This guy? Know who that is? That is Howie Mandel. That's right. Deal or No Deal guy? The America's Got Talent judge guy? Howie Mandel. That's hilarious to me that he's in a film like this, and I can't wait. I can't wait to watch this. I'll probably end up watching this in November, because typically when election season, every 4 years election season rolls around, it seems that end times prophecies and stuff like that, and talking about the end times, get much more prevalent. Every 4 years when there's an election, people are like, oh, the end times, it's happening now. It's going down, guys. Which I find hilarious, but I figure what better time than during the election to watch Tribulation. And I've picked up a few other end times movies that should be fun to watch. It's actually still sealed. Someone bought this from Walmart at some point. It's still sealed. Alright, this is insane to me. So I got home to look up and see what kind of prices I can find on it. So you've got the DVD for $10, and then the Blu-ray is $6.24. I don't understand that, so. Alright guys, well, if you may or may not remember, but recently I picked up a majority of the Saw movie franchise. I figured, what more better of a time to watch the Saw movies than, now it's October, and we'll turn on Saw and see how it is, so here we go. Right, well, I watched a very sick, twisted movie. I watched Saw. Honestly, I got, quarter of the way, maybe third of the way through it, and I said, this is sick, and it's disgusting, and it's terrible. And do I even want to finish this movie? But I continued watching it, and the story actually started getting better and better, and I slowly got more invested in these characters the more they revealed. It was a very slow start, a very gruesome start to the film, but it all paid off in the end. It has a super satisfyingly unsatisfying ending where you demand a sequel so that this man can come to justice. So I watched the second one then as well. I needed to know how they were going to continue this thing. I enjoyed the first Saw movie. There were problems with it. I thought that there's the style of the quick jumps and zoom-ins and everything just didn't play as well as they thought it was playing. Like the car chase scene, you can't even call it a scene, like a little car chase thingy that happened was just absolute, total, utter garbage. But it told its story well. They did a good job of the suspense and everything at the end, and ultimately, yeah, it was a good movie. Not one I'd ever want to just throw on again, but ultimately pretty good. So then I watched Saw 2. It made the first film seem like a mediocre film in comparison. That second Saw movie, is absolute gold. I very much enjoyed that, because it gets you into the plight of these characters much faster. Everything that I had problems with the first Saw movie were fixed in the second one, and everything I enjoyed about the first Saw movie were still there, and they upped it. The second film, to me, is far and away above just a much better film. It is. Still not a film that I'm just going to be turning on all the time, but if I'm going to watch a Saw movie, I'm going to watch that second one over the first one. And I am now very excited to watch the third one. Well, I wasted my time with this poop show. So, the best way I can describe Saw 3 is by saying they took everything I hated or disliked or found issue with in the first Saw film, And that's what they focused on for the third one. Brief recap here. You've got the first Saw movie, which I thought was alright. It had some problems, but it had its good moments too. The second one, which I think is really, really good. I quite enjoyed the second one. And the third one, which I think is really, really bad. They did kind of pull it together by the end a little bit, but still, I don't know. What I super loved about the second Saw film is the way it ended. Amanda, at the end, taking up the mantle and becoming the next Jigsaw guy here. I thought it would be super interesting. You could like constantly have a revolving door of who's the actual villain. It's like she could train somebody, and it could be like the Doctor Who of horror is what I kind of thought they were going for in this. But nope, this whole third movie was about retconning that decision and giving it back over to the original old fart. So that was kind of disappointing. I don't know, this whole film kind of felt like a retcon of the second film, which I loved so much. It was a lot more gruesome and gory and just horrific than previous Saw films. I thought, especially the second one. Not saying the second one doesn't have its gruesome moments, but the thing about it, guys, is you can't have too many of those gruesome moments or they start to lose their appeal within the movie. Like, in A Quiet Place, you remember her stepping on the nail so much because you don't have as many of those really gruesome moments in that movie. So if you spread these things out and have it few and far between, then though when you go gruesome, it really feels even more impactful. They didn't do that with the third. They decided that more is better, which is not always the case. And the third film is just more gruesome, more gory, and tells less of a compelling story. It was a real disappointment to me, guys. I'm going to take a break from the Saw films and probably try to catch the three at the end of this month or something. But anywho, that was my thoughts on the Saw movies. So I think that's going to be it for this video. Guys, make sure to leave a like on this video. Super helps me out. Comment down below. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Do all that jazz. And remember, I love you awesome nerds. Peace.